important is it that we kind of see the Phil of a couple of years ago for you guys this season? Obviously, a lot of senior players have left. Kevin's left. Phil's had that kind of difficult year last year. He's only played 15 minutes so far this season. How important is it he gets back to his best, and what can you guys do about him getting back to his best? Is it just a case of playing?
Yeah, he's the first I'm looking for, desperate to feel happy, and the joy, and in every training session he's smiling his face and can contribution. So one of the reasons why last season we struggled, because we miss him a lot in the final third, in the creativity, in the work ethic, and yeah, it's top with that.
Do you sense then that he is back to that player who kind of, who was so dominant when you won the league 2 years ago, the best player in England? Do you sense in training that he's getting back there and he just needs to be fit?
We have a glimpse of, he's coming back, and after the knock, 1 week then they stop, and after come back and one another knock, and when he had not had to be, all the players to come back has to be, play games and be, day by day. That is what we have to try to do.
Hi, Pep.
He has to try anyway.
Hi. Pep, virtually ever since you came to Manchester United have either been in a state of turmoil, change, transition after Sir Alex Ferguson's years of success here. Yet throughout all that time when United have been way more unstable than Manchester City, they've always had a propensity to get a victory on Derby Day, sometimes at the Etihad, occasionally at Old Trafford, but they've got a decent record at the Etihad. They did it again last season. A few years ago, Pogba scored a couple of goals to get United from behind to win. Does that make this a dangerous fixture still, even
always,
though...
Listen, always I thought about that. There are teams that beat us, At the end is, of course, always respect for United. I'm so nice. I have huge respect for history and what they have done in the past, so the legacy for the English football, legacy for world football. So they beat us. At the end is finish the season, And 90s always was in front. Maybe Man City beat them sometimes, home and away, and in 27 years they won 30 times the Premier League. So in the last 9 years we won 6 times the Premier League. In the last 8 we won 6. So that's why at the end what counts at the end. And at the end we were better, and since I arrived, always we were better than them. Always. 10 years, 9 years, always we were better. With a huge amount of points we have done to him. They can beat us, of course. We will not be beaten tomorrow, no. And on Sunday, no. Because we need the points. We need to break the rhythm, the 2 defeats, and do it that. But I don't count about what happened. Of course, it hurts because I want that points to help us to win the trophies or be there. And of course, it's a special game for our fans and the other one. But we will try to do it, yeah.
Also, just following on from that, obviously, City's record over the last few years, as you say, has been fantastic, way better than United. So, even though this is not the United of the past, do you still get some pleasure from finishing above them on Derby Day and also finishing above them in the league still?
Oh, I'm happy to finish champion of the Premier League. That is what I like. And to do it, you have to beat United, yeah. But sometimes we didn't win it and we won it. So it's not, honestly, I don't have much personal. Of course, it's important because it's special, but it's just try to be focused what you have to do. The emotions, have the emotions, but not enough, and what you have to do. I think that is the most. It doesn't matter. So at the end, it's how far you are. You qualify for the Champions League. You fight for the titles. You are finals in the FA Cups and this kind of stuff. So when you can beat it, because United is United, and going good or bad, always, have a good players, and just to see how they spend in the last decade. So, but what happened, I don't know. I didn't speak with the owners or the CEOs or the other United to know exactly the reality what happened.
Hi, Pep. You say it's great to have the focus on United and these big games, but has it also been quite nice, with it being the international break, you've taken time at the tennis and at the golf, that actually it's not the focus for all the time because it can be a bit too intense? And what do you take from those individual sports that you can bring back here?
How good they are. When you leave the final and Grand Slam, and after see a round with Tommy Fleetwood or Terry Hatton, how they hit the ball in the golf course, they play another game. You know, all of us, we play tennis sometimes, play golf, but it's another game. Then realize they are in the high competition, the highest level is another history. And it's always a pleasure to see the behaviors, how they behave, how they play. It's really, really good.
In terms of individual sportsmen, obviously you're reliant purely on yourself to perform here. It's a team sport. Is there something different that you can take to Erling and the other players and things like that?
In terms of mindset, no. In terms of mindset, we have a lot to learn of these kind of guys. Because I saw every point, and Sinner or Alcaraz, for example, and every point that they lost or missed one shot, just in the sadness 1 second. Another one, see his managers, trainers that said, let's go, let's do it. The body language were unbelievable. The mindset can be the same. But when you analyze one player, other players playing bad, just playing with 10 more. And 10 more make that player as good or bad sometimes, not. It depends on yourself. So that's why it's that.
Thanks, everyone.
Done? Thank you. Apologize again. But tomorrow you have the day off, right?